fucking nightmare then, by the way. Who made them up? Okay, so I'm Mark Easby from Better. We're a brand agency, so we help clients from all ranges of size and sector on their brand proposition and their positioning. We're a strategic consultancy, so we go in at board level and try and understand what the company's all about, what their growth plans are, and often we work with clients that the sort of companies have outgrown their current brand. So they really need to re-look at how they position themselves in the market, really defining what their proposition is and rebuilding their story about that. In addition to my role at Better, I'm a chairman of High Tide Foundation, which is a charity that focuses on raising aspirations across young people in Teesside, but also raising understanding of career opportunities. The things I love about the digital Teesside community is that collaborative mindset, which is massive. Everyone talks to each other, everyone shares ideas, people refer clients onto each other, everyone seems to have their own piece of the jigsaw, if you like, and we all know what each other do, and where we can, we bring other people to the table to support clients where our service offer it maybe doesn't stretch that far. So we've worked collaboratively with people like Ithaca Films in the past, where we've built a brand and there's a big story to tell, but obviously we're not filmmakers and we can't bring that story alive through film, so Ithaca will come to the table and help the client do that. If money was an object, I think there's lots of work to do, still to go. There's lots being done, there's lots of infrastructure, there's physical buildings, there's a boho zone being created, but there's also lots of ideas about how that needs to change and continually evolve. The most famous person I've met is probably Prince Charles. He came to Teesport to visit PD Ports to celebrate the 50th anniversary of trade at Teesport. The most memorable gig has got to be a couple of years ago when I went to see Guns N' Roses after they reformed. I went down with my wife and my brother and some really close friends, all of which had been Guns N' Roses fans since their youth, and it's sort of many of the tunes are sort of the soundtrack to our youth, really. Football's the main one, I guess. I try to play football every Thursday with some of my friends from the village. I follow the borough. I'm sort of an optimistic borough fan. I don't get there as regularly as I can because my wife works on a Saturday, so from being a programme seller at Ayresome Park through to being a season ticket holder previously, I'm normally only there when I can get there, or normally through corporate invitations and things, which is always nice. I'm a big water polo fan as well. I used to swim and play water polo. Certainly started swimming really early on, and then played quite successfully for Middlesbrough water polo team and joined the North Eastern Counties and represented the region there. Best sporting achievements, probably playing for the North Eastern Counties in water polo and representing the county in the UK. Favourite network event it's a difficult one. We attend Entrepreneurs Forum events and Institute of Director events, which are fantastic from a peer-to-peer learning point of view. Speaking to other directors and rubbing shoulders with sort of management teams and leaders of businesses is super important for us. I live in Appleton Wisk, just near Northallerton. I moved there about 5 years ago. We've got used to and love village life. There's a lot of friends that we've built there, some lot of really good friends. My daughter, who's 6, goes to school there, so the school runs literally a 1 or 2 minute walk down the road, which is great. Favourite Teesside pub or restaurant is probably the Golden Lion on a Smotherly, if that's classed as Teesside. It's probably not, but for me it's the best steak about. I absolutely love it. The ways that we're kind of the planet is probably small ways, to be honest. I think there's huge amounts of awareness now about environmental issues, energy usage, plastics, etc. So certainly in the business we're conscious of that. Something that comes to mind is we had a really good karaoke machine at work that had never been out the box and we've never used, and we were going to put it on eBay, but I actually took it to Lily School and give it to school, thinking actually they could probably use it for parties and discos and stuff like that. And actually they use it every day for their wake up, shake up, and for sports days and stuff. So Lily always come home and talks about sort of the karaoke machine and how they're using that every day. So it brings a smile to my face that actually you can sort of do something like that, and what you think's a little gesture can actually have massive impact on someone. A lot of years ago, I took part in sort of Teesside's version of the full Monty. We were asked to take part in this charity function at the Beechwood and Teesside Social Club in Middlesbrough. Very glamorous location, and we were a team of lifeguards at the time from the local sports centre where I used to work, and it was in aid of the ambulance service or some sort of NHS trust, and we were nervous at the time, but obviously we were 18, 19-year-old lads and thought we'll give it a go, and yeah, took part in that, stood in front of sort of 200 or 300 nurses doing a very cobbled together full Monty routine. The quote saying I think is complete bullshit is if you want to get on, you've got to get out. I think we've heard it, certainly in my role as High Tide, I've heard it so much from teachers and schools and careers advisors about the opportunities around here, and Teesside's booming, there's loads of stuff going on, so I think that myth of if you want to progress and you want to really do well, you've got to get out the area is absolute bullshit. My biggest fuck up is probably, well, it's not a fuck up, I suppose. It's more of a mistake. I think waiting so long to set the business up. I think I was probably nervous and scared of doing the right thing and what other people thought. Where actually I probably should have just trusted my gut and did it. If I could be in a movie, it would definitely be Rocky. It's my favourite movie ever. I certainly couldn't play Rocky. I certainly don't have the physique for that. Probably as I'm getting older, it'd probably be more like Mickey. If I had my own talk show, my first three guests would be Slash from Guns N' Roses, Frank Skinner, and probably Gaza. If I could play any part in a sporting event, it would be probably the Borough's European journey, sort of the Carling Cup final, and then the sort of the European journey that followed. All right.
Wow, that was amazing, all in one take. So natural on camera.